Welcome to the Southampton Football Club 2018-2019 Player Awards. Now, what a night we have in store for you this evening. We're going to be broadcasting right through until 10 o'clock. We'll be bringing you a range of player interviews, a host of footage from throughout the season, and of course, we'll be bringing you those all-important awards as well. Now, if you're watching on our Facebook or our YouTube, we want to hear from you. We want you guys to send us in your comments and get in touch, and we'll be doing our best to read the best of those social posts out throughout the evening. You'll also have your chance to vote for your goal of the season contender. We'll be telling you how you can do that very, very soon. But for now, I'm going to hand you over to my co-host Steve. Steve's in the room. Steve, tell us what the experience is like, what the atmosphere is like, and what people can expect from tonight's event.
This is where it's all going to be happening tonight. Now, this is what we've got coming up for you. Two Saints legends in the form of Matt Le Tissier and Franny Benali. They're going to be going on stage shortly. We'll also have a look at the successes of not only the first team, but also the academy squads and the women's team as well. You guys will have your chance to vote for goal of the season, and we'll be showing you the contenders shortly too. The manager, Ralph Hasenhutel, well, he's going to be taking to the stage as well. And let's not forget those all-important awards, and they are the Players Player of the Season Award. Now that's going to be the player's choice for who they think their standout performer has been. We've got the First Team Young Player of the Year, and then that's going to be going to the young player who's made the biggest impact this season, and to be fair, there's been a few. We've also got the Academy Young Player of the Year, so that's looking at the success in the younger age groups. We have the Girls Regional Talent Club Player of the Year, recognising one of the young female players here at Southampton. We have the Women's Player of the Year, so that is where it will be going to one of the players in Marianne Spacey-Cale's team who've won all of their matches this season too. We have the President's Choice Award, so Honorary Club President Terry Payne, he's going to be choosing his player of the season, and we will also be speaking to Terry later on too. As mentioned, a goal of the season, so that's where you guys get to vote for the goal that you want to be picked as goal of the season. We'll be showing you the contenders as mentioned, and we also have the fans player of the season. You guys have been voting over the past week for that. Voting has now closed, but we will be revealing the winner later on. Now, all the players and the management have gathered here in the room, and we caught up with them a little earlier on.
How's this season been for you?
Yeah, it's been personally a great season for me. I mean, making my breakthrough and getting some games in the first team. So yeah, it's been a good season for me.
Michael, first team goal this season. How was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's an amazing feeling, you know.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
It was a mistake getting you two together, wasn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it was an amazing feeling, you know. It's a real moment, and hopefully there's more to come next season.
2 goals under your belt as well. One of those is up for goal of the season. Do you think you're in for a shout?
I don't know. I like the one from Raiders and the one from Prowsey as well. So I don't know. We will see.
Michael, who do you think's walking away with the award tonight? You got to say Jan when he's here, surely.
Sorry, Jan, but I'm gonna go Prowsey. Quality free kick.
There you go, top friend there.
The goal was good as well, but Prowsey, I'm gonna have to go Prowsey still.
And what's your highlight been?
Premier League debut, it's got to be the highlight for me, yeah, but overall season's been great. Training every day and playing with the first team has been good, yeah.
And how's it been working under Ralph?
Yeah, he's had a massive impact on me. I think he's had the same impact on all the players really. Since he's come, he's lifted everyone and made a massive impact.
Have a great night, Callum. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How important is it that tonight you'll be here with the fans enjoying those positive moments from the season?
Yeah, I think it's very important. Obviously, you know, that they're a big part of the reason why we've done so well. Obviously, since the manager came in, he's sort of galvanised the club, and the atmosphere has been unbelievable here at home games and away games as well. So I think it's a big part of what Southampton's about, and hopefully everyone can have a really good night.
And you touched on Ralph there. How much of an impact has he made on the team?
Well, I think it's pretty clear in the performances and obviously the results that we've been getting. We've gone from a sort of a very bad position to, obviously staying in the division, which was his main aim when he came in, and obviously ours. And obviously he's had a great influence on not just the team, obviously the whole club and the city as well. So yeah, I think he's been a big part of our success this season at the end.
And Angus, before we let you go, what's been your personal highlight of the season?
I think it's tough, really, but obviously my debut in the Premier League is probably one I'll never forget. You know, obviously getting a clean sheet away at Chelsea, that was probably the biggest moment for me. And obviously the last home game when we sort of secured it, that was probably another highlight. And hopefully there can be many more to come in the future.
Well, that was the players as they arrived earlier on. Absolutely brilliant to see them in such good spirits ahead of tonight's big event. It is, of course, the Southampton Football Club 2018-2019 Players Awards, and they're all very excited as well to be here mingling with the fans. Now, for the fans watching at home that can't be with us here at St Mary's tonight, not to worry, you guys can still have your say from the comfort of your very own home. We want to hear from you throughout the evening, so please do continue to keep those fantastic comments coming in. Lots and lots of awards to be given out tonight, and it's still not too late to vote for some of them. You can tell us who you'd like to see as your player of the season, and of course you can also vote for the goal of the season as well. We've just heard from Steve earlier the nominees for that, and we will be recapping that later on in the show as well. Also comment and tell us what your highlight of the season has been so far. There's lots to choose from, but I imagine a lot of your highlights will involve this man.
The big breaking news this lunchtime, and Southampton have got their man. That news breaking in the last couple of moments. Let's go live, shall we, to the South Coast.
So you guys have been getting in touch with us on the socials at Southampton FC. Do remember to use the hashtag SFC Awards 2019. Makes your comments easier to find. I've got a few of them here. So first up, we've got Toby Macklin, who said Jan Valery for goal of the season. He had a cracking effort against United. Another person who did was James Ward-Prowse. Lewis White says it's him for goal of the season. Nikki Jane says she's watching on Facebook. Hi Nikki, hope you're doing well. We have Callum Donnelly. He said he voted for Redmond for player of the season. He has been the most consistent. Maybe a lot of people would agree with you as well there, Callum. Lisa Topley, she's gone with, they're watching from South Wales. Well, hello, all the way in South Wales, Lisa. Another Welsh person, Welsh Gamer 2899, has gone, Kenzie's a cracking host. Cheers, Welsh Gamer. I mean, I thought I was doing all right myself, but, you know. And Robin Boardman has said Hojbjerg for player of the season. Thank you for getting in touch. Do keep them coming in. You do have your chance as well to vote for your goal of the season. All you got to do is head to southamptonfc.com, log in and cast your vote.
And Cedric can keep the pressure on. He's got it back. Hojbjerg on the right, crosses. Oh, there's a little slip, and it comes to Bertrand! What a strike that is from Ryan Bertrand! He has smashed that left-footed past Kasper Schmeichel. Then a long-distance shot! What a goal from Pierre Hojbjerg! He has lashed a 30-yarder low past Matt Ryan. Gagliardini brings it down, gets a 1-2 with Cedric back heel towards Armstrong. What a great finish from Stuart Armstrong! 18 yards out, curls a beauty right-footed past Rico into the goal and sends the Saints fans wild at Craven Cottage.
Saints come again to the 18-yard box. Redmond right-footed. What a strike from Nathan Redmond, curling all of 25 yards out. Cal Roos could only turn and watch it rattle the back of the net.
Redmond turns it to Austin, and Austin does well to find Valerie. Picks it up and drives towards the box, shoots from the right-hand side and scores an absolutely brilliant goal. The 20-year-old Frenchman has lashed that past David De Gea, and you don't beat him with his near post easily. About 8 yards outside the penalty area, should be able to get it up and down. He takes it and he does get it up and down, and James Ward-Prowse scores again for Southampton. That's his 5th of the season. He's on fire, and Saints are back all square at Old Trafford. Ward-Prowse from about a yard outside the D, slightly left of centre, looks up, curls it, and gives Southampton the lead. 2 goals in 4 minutes. James Ward-Prowse scores in successive games. 2 free kicks, 1 past David De Gea, 1 past Hugo Lloris. We're about to get underway. 4 games to go in Southampton's season. Still on 36 points, last season's total. Need a point to get past that, and immediately Shane Long charges the ball down from the kick-off, and then he chips the goalkeeper, and he gives Southampton the lead in 9 seconds. Cathcart's clearance charged down by Shane Long. Out came Ben Foster, and cool as you like, Shane Long scores his 3rd goal in 4 games. Crossing off the post, nearly an own goal, and then battered away. Free kick opportunity for Spurs. The Dane hits it, clips it off the crossbar and behind for a goal kick. Edge of the box, chips it back to Kane, touch, low angle, 1-0 Spurs. And the ball's not out of play. Long plays it into the 6-yard box, and Redmond's missed at the near post. Pulls it back into the 6-yard area. Surely it is! Jan Valerie! 2 in 2 for the young Frenchman. Ward-Prowse from about a yard outside the D, slightly left of centre, looks up, curls it, and gives Southampton the lead! Southampton have come from behind to beat Spurs.
Well, what a game that was. And of course, that strike from James Ward-Prowse earned himself a spot as one of the contenders for goal of the season. If you haven't already voted, make sure you do that now. Lots of fantastic nominees. Of course, Prowsey is in there twice, not just for that Spurs goal, was also for his goal against Manchester United. We've just seen all of the nominees earlier. There's some fantastic goals in there. Shane Long, Jan Valerie, Nathan Redmond, Stuart Armstrong, Pierre Hojbjerg and Ryan Bertrand are amongst the players with James Ward-Prowse who are up for the award. Of course, that is just one of the awards on offer this evening. We'll also be offering Player of the Season. We might even have an insight as to who that will be when we speak to the players earlier, but the evening is about to get underway. So let's get you over to the main event.
Tonight's Players Awards. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as we come together to look back on the season that has been. We're joined tonight by Ralph and the management team, the players, staff, members of the board, club legends, sponsors and fans here in the stadium. But tonight is extra special because we are live across the world via YouTube. So good evening to all of our fans across the world. Thank you so much for joining us and being part of this evening as well. We've got a fantastic night lined up for you tonight. Rachel and the team have worked tirelessly to make this happen. So Rachel, thank you very much to you and your team. A massive thank you to all of the sponsors here at the club, not just for tonight, but all the work you do with us throughout the season. It's very much appreciated. A special thanks to Under Armour, Virgin Media, Solent University and Utilita. Some housekeeping to get us underway this evening. There is parking available. It is free parking. The barriers will be up at the end of the evening, but we please do ask no overnight parking. We also kindly request that you refrain from approaching players and the management team during the meal. There'll be plenty of time for autographs and selfies a little bit later on in the night, but the players and management and staff are guests here this evening as well, and we'd love you all to enjoy your evening. We're going to do some fundraising tonight as well for the Fabulous Saints Foundation. The team from D&G are with us tonight, so a big welcome to Cam, Zoe and Sophia. If you have any questions, they'll be more than happy to answer those for you. It's all done on the iPads on your table. There's some amazing memorabilia which you can view over on the far side, but there's also experiences as well on there as well for you, and meal things you can go to in London. So do take a good look at that, and any questions, do speak to one of the team. That silent auction is taking place throughout the evening tonight and will close around about 10 p.m. But of course, if it's 10:05, we're not going to stop you making a donation to the Fabulous Saints Foundation. So let's get underway then, and let's take a look at some of the key moments from 2018 and 2019. A great look back at the season, and as a fan, I wish it was that easy to watch. We've been kept on the edge of our seats once again, haven't we? But the players and the management have done a fantastic job, and we are once again in the Premier League next season. We're going to have plenty of special guests throughout the evening joining us on this stage, and let's introduce your first two. First of all, please welcome a man who made over 300 appearances for the Saints and scored 1 or 2 goals along the way. He's now a regular on Soccer Saturday. It's Le God, Matthew Le Tissier. Our second guest. Well, what this man has just put himself through over the last 7 days to raise money for cancer research is incredible. He returned home to a hero's welcome at the weekend, and he's here with us tonight. Please be upstanding and show your appreciation for a man who surely has to be knighted. Ladies and gentlemen, Francis Benali. Matt, Franny, thank you so much, first of all, for joining us tonight. Matt, we're going to start with Franny because he's been on a bit of a journey this last week. Just a little bit, right? Just a little one. Franny, first of all, how are you? I know it's been a gruelling kind of 7 days and there was plenty of ups and downs, but medically you're all okay?
I think so, yeah. A few little niggles, and I appreciated that nice step up on the stage. That was a bit of a struggle after the last week, but yeah, I think I'm okay. Nothing too obvious. There was a few dark moments during the week, and I guess that was the end of day 4 for me when my vision was going blurred, when I couldn't see the distance on my watch, and I was starting to weave around a little bit on the marathon at the end of the day, and I guess the signs were there for the team to recognise that a decision had to be made, and it was a big call at the time. My mind was saying I wanted to continue, but looking back on it, I knew it was the right decision, and I probably wasn't in the right physical condition or state of mind at the time to make that call, obviously. So that's why it was key to have the right people around me at the time.
You talk about those people around you. You had a fantastic support team on that journey, and 1 or 2 former friends and players came and joined you on that journey. Matt, you got involved in part of the challenge, and I'm sure just the bits you did were tough enough, let alone what he was doing.
Yeah, I actually turned up on Wednesday in Bristol, thinking that I'll do kind of 5 or 6 miles because I was thinking to do the half marathon with him Sunday. And I got to like 5 or 6 miles and I felt so guilty that I couldn't stop, and I ended up doing 11 and a half with him, and that was all his fault really. But I mean, what he put himself through was just incredible. I mean, you talk about what he was, double vision and all that kind of stuff. The biggest problem he had was obviously not being able to take in enough calories and get enough fluids on board. So I'm thinking if I do the same challenge next year, I won't have that problem.
Like that. Franny, your target was 1 million. That's where you really wanted to get to. How's that looking now? Are we getting close?
We're really close. Yeah, it's I think it's around about 982, something like that. So we're really close. It's I didn't think it would take 3 challenges to get near to that target. It would have been nice if we could have smashed through it in 1 challenge in 2014. But here we are. It is what it is. But it's been an incredible journey. It's a little bit of a guilt scenario for me because I've put the family through 3 challenges. They're concerned about my health and well-being, obviously, and they were certainly worried about the impact this challenge was going to have on me. So it was incredible that we've got to the finish. We're close to that target that we set from day 1 to raise money for cancer research, which is a fabulous charity and something that's touched us all in some shape or form. So, yeah, I'm delighted. The donations have come in, small and large, and Southampton Football Club and the community and the city as a whole, along with so many people, close friends and former colleagues, have made such a massive difference to that. Not just the donations, but the awareness, the support behind the scenes. And I've arrived here on the last day of my challenge on 2 occasions, and that was such a special thing for me and the family to experience as well.
Your family love you, the club loves you, the city loves you. If we can get you to £1 million, potentially by the end of today, if not tomorrow, will you promise not to put your body through this ever again? Because we can't cope. Please promise.
Well, you've been speaking to Karen, my wife. It sounds like her, but yeah, I've made a promise that this will be the last big one of this scale. I'd still like to have some goals and other things in life to work towards and still do some good for some great causes. But yeah, most definitely. If we can smash through the million on this one, I think I need to rein it in just a little bit.
Okay, maybe have like a cake sale or something. It'll be much easier. Right, so Franny, there you've heard it, is going to promise to do no more mental challenges like that if we can get to £1 million. So if you're watching at home, we've got thousands of you watching online, and obviously in the room if you want to participate with this as well. Get your phones out. You can still donate. You just text FRAN5 or FRAN10 to 70200, or you can head to ironfran.co.uk, and if we can crack that barrier tonight for you guys at home and in the room, that would be amazing. But there's something else we'd like to do for you tonight. We mentioned that the silent auction is going to be going to the Saints Foundation. And the Saints Foundation have said that 50% of profits from tonight's silent auction will be going to you and the Iron Fran Challenge and Cancer Research UK. Yeah. So a wonderful gesture by the foundation. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen those silent auction brochures. Please take a look. If you can contribute in any way and contribute to this amazing cause that this man has done such an incredible job for, please do. Let's have a little word on the season then. It's been another exciting one, Matt. We've been kept on the edge of our seat, but Ralph's done their job. Him and his team have come in. The players have rallied together as they always do and have put fantastic performances on the pitch, and at the end we're all smiling.
We are. It was kind of like being transported back to the mid-90s again, really, these last couple of years. We used to do that quite frequently. But I think a lot of credit has to go to the manager. I think we were in a lot of trouble, I think, when he came in, and he turned things around really quickly. Players responded to the way he wanted the team to play. The fans responded to it. And everybody came together as a whole, which is the most important thing for this club and this city, is that we're all together as one. And if we are that way, then we can go on to bigger and better things.
Matt's mentioned there, Franny, you've been in that situation before when you're down the bottom. It is tough. But we have to give credit to the players, the way they've reacted this season and responded to what Ralph has done. They've really come together as a unit of players.
Exactly, and it's that togetherness that pulls you through. I mean, in our time, we're often fighting the odds against many of the sides, and that being written off was an incentive enough for us as players and at the beginning of a season to put us down as relegation candidates, and we always used to see that as a challenge, and one that we always enjoyed, we relished taking on. We were never going to beat a Manchester United the day over the course of a season, but we could certainly beat them in one-off games, and and at the Dell predominantly until we moved here to St Mary's, that was a unique stadium and gave us an edge. And if we were, as players, were on top of our game, the supporters were behind us, it made an uncomfortable afternoon for the visiting team. And we often pulled off some big results, and that was largely often down to the magic and the genius that is the man that stood alongside us. Players like myself would happily do the running, the tackling, the grafting side of the game. And as Alan Ball said, there's two categories either side of you here, that's for sure. And as Alan Ball said in his first team meeting, when he called us all together when he came to the club, he pretty much said, right, guys, this is how it's going to go down. He said, you lot are going to run around, win the ball, and when you get it, give it to this man. And he pointed to Matt. And I thought, well, that's an easy job to description because that's all I do anyway. So it was something that worked. Matt could pull things out of the bag, out of nowhere. And that always gave us a chance in games. And the rest of the thing, it was just having that togetherness, that spirit, that unity that we've seen from the squad, the players, the management, the city this season as well. And you can't underestimate that value. It's all those ingredients coming together, the supporters as well, that make us such a formidable club and team to come up against on our day.
It certainly is. Matt, just finally, we played some fantastic football over the last few games, and post-Christmas we've done incredibly well. You guys obviously chat on a weekend, Soccer Saturday, talking about teams in the league and how well they're performing. We've got to be in contention. The Southampton way's back right. We've got to be pushing towards the upper echelons again soon. I
think with the way that we performed this second half of the season, I think there's no reason why we shouldn't be back challenging for a place in the top half of the table next season. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, Ralph, but But I think this club is capable. We've seen, not so long ago that this club is capable of being in those European places. We had a couple of seasons there where we got ourselves into the Europa League, which was fantastic. We had a couple of nice away trips on that, and we'd like to do that again. I had a lovely few days in Prague. I mean, the football was crap that night, but it's a lovely city, and if we if we draw some nice teams like that, we get some more away trips, and that's the most important thing. Let's be honest. I'm 50 now. I can't run around anymore. Got to enjoy these away trips.
Matt, thank you very much. Sergio, Matthew Le Tissier, and come on, Sir Francis Benali, surely. Okay. Lots of awards to give out this evening, and there is one award we need your help with. It is Goal of the Season, sponsored by Utilita. On your tables, you'll have your voting cards, so you can vote for your goal. There's 8 to choose from. Good luck picking a winner, because there are some fantastic goals in there. You have until 8:30 to pick your winner this evening, when voting slips will be collected. So that's it from me for the minute, but we're going to show you now your contenders for Goal of the Season. Thank you.
Cedric can keep the pressure on. He's got it back. Hojbjerg on the right, crosses. Oh, there's a little slip, and it comes to Bertrand! What a strike that is from Ryan Bertrand! He has smashed that left-footed past Kasper Schmeichel. Then a long-distance shot! What a goal from Pierre Hojbjerg! He has lashed a 30-yarder low past Matt Ryan. Gagliardini brings it down, gets a 1-2 with Cedric back heel towards Armstrong. What a great finish from Stuart Armstrong. 18 yards out, curls a beauty right-footed past Rico into the goal and sends the St. fans wild at Craven Cottage.
Saints come again to the 18-yard box. Redmond right-footed. What a strike from Nathan Redmond, curling all of 25 yards out. Cal Roos could only turn and watch it rattle the back of the net.
Redmond turns it to Austin, and Austin does well to find Valerie. Picks it up and drives towards the box, shoots from the right-hand side and scores an absolutely brilliant goal. The 20-year-old Frenchman has lashed that past David De Gea, and you don't beat him with his near post easily. About 8 yards outside the penalty area, should be able to get it up and down. He takes it and he does get it up and down, and James Ward-Prowse scores again for Southampton. That's his 5th of the season. He's on fire, and Saints are back all square at Old Trafford. Ward-Prowse from about a yard outside the D, slightly left of centre, looks up, curls it, and gives Southampton the lead! 2 goals in 4 minutes! James Ward-Prowse scores in successive games, 2 free kicks, 1 past David De Gea, 1 past Hugo Lloris. We're about to get underway, 4 games to go in Southampton's season, still on 36 points, last season's total. Need a point to get past that, and immediately Shane Long charges the ball down from the kickoff, and then he chips the goalkeeper, and he gives Southampton the lead in 9 seconds. Cathcart's clearance charged down by Shane Long. Out came Ben Foster, and cool as you like, Shane Long scores his 3rd goal in 4 games.
So those were your nominees for Goal of the Season, so do get voting online. Now, what is coming up? We've got the first awards. They're going to be given out in around about 20 minutes' time, and they're going to be the awards for the women and the girls teams. We'll also be speaking to club legend Terry Payne and all of the rest of the awards too. But let's go over to Kenzie, because she's speaking to James Ward-Prowse.
James, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, really well, thank you. Now, you've been sat with me for the last few moments. Yeah. You rather enjoyed watching back those Goal of the Season contenders for obvious reasons. Yeah. You've got 2 in there. Fantastic stuff. And you could have had a lot more as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, I feel like I could have had. And I think it's 7 for the season so far. Still got a game to go. But Yeah, I've been saying it for a few years to get a few goals under my belt, so it's been nice to finally get a couple, and one more game to go, you never know, could get a hat-trick.
Well, yeah, there's always time. What do you put that amazing goal-scoring form down to, James?
I think since the new manager came in, before the start of the season, I was optimistic of playing a lot, and then Ralph came in and put his faith and trust in me, and I played a lot of football in my natural position, which is what I've been wanting to do for a while. So that confidence, along with that comfortable feeling of being able to play in my natural position, gave me that licence to to get forward and score goals.
And of course, back in the England squad recently as well. How delighted were you with that?
Yeah, great. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that at Christmas, so it's a bit of a contrasting season for me, but to be back in and amongst it's great. It's such a young, exciting squad to be part of, and they're achieving a lot at the minute. There's a lot to play for, so great squad to be part of.
And just going back to the goal of the season, we've had a look at those there. Not choosing your own, of course. If you had to pick, who do you think is going to walk away with the award?
If I had to pick, I'd probably have to say Longy for me, because I'm not the quickest player, but to do what he done so quick in the game, to win the ball and then have the composure to finish, was pretty special and gave us a good foothold in the game. So I'll say Longy for me.
Well, there you go. Prowsey saying Shane. You guys at home can still have your say. Make sure you continue to vote. You've still got time to vote for your goal of the season. But James, moving on to player of the season then. Lots of people again that could be up for that award. Who do you think's going to go with that tonight?
I went for Jan Bednarak for me. Similar positions we were in during the season. We were both training on the other pitch away from the first 11, and it was a difficult time. We both sort of didn't know where we were going to be, sort of thing, and I think for him to come in from not playing at all to then playing every game says a lot about him as a player, and it's a similar journey to myself. So I thought we're in the same boat, and for what he's gone through, to be in the team and be a main part in the team, not just play but play really well. So I went for Jan.
Well, James, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on a
Thank you very
wonderful
much.
season, and
Thank
good
you.
luck tonight, of course.
Thank you.
As we mentioned, still time to vote for that goal of the season. But now we're going to take a look, James, I think you're going to enjoy this one as well, at your best moments from the season so far.
Now, chance for James Ward-Prowse. Smashed it inside the goal. He went the right way, Schmeichel, but Ward-Prowse has his first goal since February last year. Ward-Prowse, his first and the second ball. He's got a man to his right, but he shoots and scores a great goal! James Ward-Prowse scores in successive league games. Can he pull it back upon a Regent? Ward-Prowse! 1-1! Rico saves, and the follow-up is put in by James Ward-Prowse. He takes it and he does get it up and down, and James Ward-Prowse scores again for Southampton. That's his fifth of the season. Looks up, curls it, and gives Southampton the lead. 6 goals in 9 games for James Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse wants a shot, he has to wait, then he shoots left-footed, and James Ward-Prowse caught Arthur Borrance out there.
Well, we're just moments away now from the first awards of the evening. Very, very exciting indeed, Steve. It's been an amazing night so far. Great to have Prowsey on the sofa with us there. And I think a lot of people at home are having a good time watching us as well.
Indeed. People are getting in their waves and droves on the socials. Nick on YouTube said Prowsey for Player of the Year. So he's in with a shout. We also have Michael Dunn has said Shane Long deserves massive praise this season. Harry Redshaw as well said Ward-Prowse free kick has to win goal of the season. He scored a few free kicks, but I think he means the one against Man United.
I think he does.
We also have a couple of fans from overseas that I did see on here. Yes, Karil Karolin is watching from Estonia. So hello, Karil. And also Kev is watching from Rochester, New York, USA.
Well, I'm a little bit jealous about that.
So hello, Kev, colonial cousin. And a lot of love for your dad, Kenzie, as well. So Franny, what a legend. He is in the dictionary under hero, and what an amazing man. So, and remember, you still have around 20 minutes to vote for your goal of the season. So do log in to southamptonfc.com and choose your goal.
Yeah, there's so many great ones to choose from. We've seen the footage, you've seen them all again. Make sure you get your votes in now. But just in case you have just tuned in and you are just joining us, let's have a reminder of the nominees.
Cedric can keep the pressure on, he's got it back. Hojbjerg on the right, crosses. Oh, there's a little slip, but it comes to Bertrand! What a strike that is from Ryan Bertrand! He has smashed that left-footed past Kasper Schmeichel. Then a long-distance shot! What a goal from Pierre Hojbjerg! He has lashed a 30-yarder low past Matt Ryan. Gagliardini brings it down, gets a 1-2 with Cedric back heel towards Armstrong. What a great finish from Stuart Armstrong. 18 yards out, curls a beauty right-footed past Rico into the goal and sends a St. Fran's wild at Craven Cottage.
Saints come again to the 18-yard box. Redmond right-footed. What a strike from Nathan Redmond, curling all of 25 yards out. Cal Roos could only turn and watch it rattle the back of the net.
Redmond turns it to Austin, and Austin does well to find Valerie. Picks it up and drives towards the box, shoots from the right-hand side and scores an absolutely brilliant goal. The 20-year-old Frenchman has lashed that past David De Gea, and you don't beat him at his near post easily. About 8 yards outside the penalty area, should be able to get it up and down. He takes it and he does get it up and down, and James Ward-Prowse scores again for Southampton. That's his 5th of the season. He's on fire, and Saints are back all square at Old Trafford. Ward-Prowse from about a yard outside the D, slightly left of centre, looks up, curls it, and gives Southampton the lead! 2 goals in 4 minutes! James Ward-Prowse scores in successive games, 2 free kicks, 1 past David De Gea, 1 past Hugo Lloris. We're about to get underway, 4 games to go in Southampton's season. Still on 36 points, last season's total. Need a point to get past that, and immediately Shane Long charges the ball down from the kickoff, and then he chips the goalkeeper, and he gives Southampton the lead in 9 seconds. Cathcart's clearance charged down by Shane Long. Out came Ben Foster, and cool as you like, Shane Long scores his 3rd goal in 4 games.
Are we supposed to choose one from all of those? It's definitely a big ask, but there has to be just one winner, so do make sure you get your votes in as soon as possible. Steve, I believe you've got some more social comments for us, but before I let you get onto that, has anybody picked up on the colour of your suit? Because that is looking a hell of a lot like a Pompey blue to me. You didn't think that one through, did you?
I didn't. Well, if I'm honest, it's the only suit that I own. I couldn't afford another one. Well, it's the perfect room to do a whip round, so maybe I'll try later on. But no one's mentioned it on the socials yet. So we do have loads of people commenting, though. We have Michael Dunn. We've already read that one. We've got Dominic Morgan-Jones, who said, I love Hasenhüttl. I think we're about to go back to the stage.
Back underway. Well, let's get you back to the action on the stage and see what else is happening for the Player Awards.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Goal of the season. Hopefully you've been busy voting on that. I'm sure there's been 1 or 2 players canvassing around your table for votes. A reminder, players, you can vote for yourself if you really feel the need to. Those will be collected imminently, so if you haven't made your vote yet, please do so. Okay, it's been an exciting time in women's football, and that is certainly still the case at Southampton as well. It's the first year of our women's team. It's been a great first season. Let's take a look at some of the hard work that's been put in behind the scenes. Applause for our women's and girls teams. Their first season undefeated, and they've secured promotion. Please welcome my next guest up onto the stage, the lady who's helping mastermind all this here at the club. Put your hands together for Marianne Spacey-Cale. Come on, keep the applause going right the way till Marianne gets to the stage. There we go. Beautiful. Marianne, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. First season, I'm guessing it's been an exciting challenge, but I guess you couldn't have wished for it to go any better.
No, it's definitely been exciting, and the whole journey this season, all credit to the staff and the players, because they've really bought into what we want to try and do. And the performances, we've grown game on game and learned every time we've gone out and played. And it's hard to believe that it's 9 months since we've been together as a first team squad, and 18 games, 18 wins in the league has been a phenomenal return. But credit to the players, because they've learned, they've grown, and every time they play, they deliver.
It's an exciting time for women's football. It's getting the exposure it deserves now. We've got the Women's World coming up this summer. It's a really exciting team, and the progress you've made this season with the club, surely the sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, you look at the age group that we've got girls in the first team that are 16, and you talk about getting to tier 2, tier 1 in 4 or 5 years, and that's 4 years of their development. They'll be 20. They'll be hitting the Championship and the Super League at a really good time for them. So keeping this group together is so important to ensure that we can achieve what we're setting out to achieve, and it'll take as long as it takes, but we're ready for the journey and we're excited by it.
One thing we love about Southampton is our fans. The fans are great. And how have you found that this season? Have they got behind you as the journey's progressed?
Yeah, definitely. And, our games at AFC Tottenham have just grown in terms of the fan base, and the results have brought more people in to watch. And that's all we can ask, is we can put the football on, we can put the experiences on. We've got mascots, we've got the opportunity for girls to be mascots and ball girls. But it's the people that come. It's not just mums and their daughters, it's dads and their daughters, dads and their sons. So we're really trying to inspire and empower girls and women to really be, set out what they want to do and how they can achieve it. And part of it is the role models that our players are, because they do set the standards for themselves, and the girls that come and watch and the families that come and watch are always very complimentary.
Obviously, the promotion is obviously going to be a massive highlight for you and your team this season, right across the board. But are there any other particular maybe matches or moments that have really stood out for you where you've seen something gone, do you know what, this is why we're doing it, this is the magic, this is what's going to put this club where it needs to be in the women's game?
You always kind of look at those pivotal moments in any season, and we were playing a team that were quite physical on quite a small pitch, and it was the first time I think our girls had come up against such a physical challenge. And we went 1-0 down within 10 seconds, I think it was, of the second half. But you suddenly saw this growth in them in that space of time where they suddenly went, actually, this is the first time we face this, and they grew in those 45 minutes. We won the game 3-1, but that's when you go, actually, you can trust these players. They're living it every moment, every minute on the pitch. They're living it, and as a coach, you can only stand there and watch them grow, and you can give them some advice, but actually they're doing it out on the pitch. And for me, that was probably a real pivotal moment in the season where they kind of, to a certain extent, came of age and said, we're not laying down for anybody. We're up, we're ready for this, and we'll compete physically as well as technically.
Thank you for all the hard work you're doing. Any football club is more than just the 11 players at the weekend. It's the support staff, it's the junior teams, it's the women's teams as well. So thank you for all the hard work you're putting in. Let's look forward to next season. I'm sure it's going to be even more exciting, and obviously getting promotion will bring more challenges for the team, but exciting times, the group of players staying together and pushing for 2 promotions in a row?
Well, that's the dream, and like I said, we're aiming for the Super League. We're aiming to be at the top of the women's game, and it'll take time, but I think we've got the squad at the moment that are more than capable of getting promoted next year. Just set myself up there, haven't I? But I think two promotions in 2 years, we're ready for it, and I believe in the players, and I believe that the work that they've done in this first 9 months, and then we'll have a good pre-season. I think they'll be ready, certainly, to take on Tier 4 next year and get another promotion.
We look forward to following that journey. Thank you very much for all the work you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Marianne Spacey-Cale. Thank you very much. Okay, so I mentioned goal of the season, voting slips are going to be collected. That time is now, so if you haven't voted yet, do it quickly now because those voting slips are about to be collected. But we are going to get underway with our first couple of awards this evening. And our first award is the Girls Regional Talent Club Player of the Year, sponsored by Solent University. To present this award, please welcome Martina Heath, General Manager of Girls and Women's Football, and Mike Toy from Solent University. Up you come. You're going to get to the Oscars bit now. We've got the magic envelope there. We'll just wait for Mike. Thanks very much for joining us. We've got the envelope there, and if you want to pass the award, if you want to make your way to the middle of the podium and announce our winner.
So, good start. I'm pleased to announce the Girls Regional Talent Club Player of the Year is Caitlin Smith.
Please give it up for our very worthy winner, Caitlin Smith. Caitlin, congratulations, first of all. It must mean a lot to pick up this award.
Yeah, I've been at the club for a long time now, so it's really a really good achievement for me, yeah.
Marianne's just been telling us about the journey that the club is going on and how women's football is growing. You must be incredibly excited to be part of that. What's been your highlights this season?
I think just watching how the women's team have grown and being able to be alongside that and being a younger player, looking forward to seeing what they can do, and yeah.
Well, Caitlin, congratulations. We look forward to seeing your future develop here at the club. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of our first award of this evening, Caitlin Smith. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we're all here to have a good time tonight. If I can just ask, when we're doing interviews and just through the awards, if we can keep the noise down, that would be very much appreciated. Our next award this evening is the Women's Player of the Year, sponsored by Virgin Media. To present this award, please welcome Marianne Spacey-Cale, and back to the stage, and Jill Warby from Virgin Media. Come on, keep the applause going. We can do that till they get to the stage. Awesome. There we go. If you want to get the envelope and the award, over to you.
So the winner of the Women's Player of the Year is Shannon Seabright.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Women's Player of the Year, Shannon Seabright. Don't disappear, Shannon. First of all, congratulations. Player of the Year, you must be delighted to pick that award up tonight.
Yeah, massively delighted. But I suppose I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my teammates and the coaching staff that have helped me grow throughout the season. I think I owe it a lot to the players, because I think they've helped me grow as a person as well as a player on the pitch. So that's the main thing that stood out for me throughout the whole season, is how much I've grown because of my teammates pushing me every single day.
You're on an amazing journey with the women's team. You know, the team has done a fantastic job this season. Is there any particular highlights that stand out for you?
Well, the season as a whole, but I'd probably say how we've grown as a group throughout the season. I'm really excited because I've only just joined this season. I'm really excited to see where we could go as a group, because I think there's massive amounts of potential, especially with the young ones coming through. I hope to maybe guide that and help them develop as well.
Marianne's kind of teed it up. Promotion next season as well?
Most definitely.
Love that. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Women's Player of the Year, sponsored by Virgin Media, Shannon Seabright. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our first two awards done for you this evening. Reminder, our silent auction, have a little look through that, supporting the foundation and, of course, Francis Benali and his Iron Fran Challenge this year. I'm going to leave you to your meals, and I'll be back very shortly with our next set of awards. Thank you.
Hello, what's happening, guys? I'm Nathan Redmond, this is Jack Stevens. We're here with Super Saints and Virgin Media.
And we're going to prank the manager, so let's go meet our secret agents.
Here they are. Nice to meet you. You ready? Yeah. Let's do it. Right, we're mic'd up, we're in the van, now we're just waiting on the manager, as per. Here we go. Hello?
Do you think you're a good manager?
That's not even our question. Ask the manager to sing When the Saints Go Marching In.
Can you sing When the Saints Go Marching In?
Yeah, I can do it, yes. Tell him to do it.
Do it.
Not in a moment.
What skills are you trying to teach your squad?
We try to teach every part of our game. So, if we win the ball and try to attack, if we lose the ball and try to defend.
Can you ask him why his answers are so long?
Why are your answers so long?
Are they? Really? I like to give long answers.
Ask him who's the biggest complainer.
Who moans the most?
Ask him if he copied Klopp or did Klopp copy him.
Did you copy Klopp or did Klopp copy you?
Starting as a manager, I was a lot of times looking on other managers, but I don't know, maybe someone is copying me now, but I think it's normal.
Final question. Ask him and tell him you're being serious. Who is his favourite out of Nathan and Jack?
Who is your favourite out of Nathan and Jack?
Okay, I don't want to pick players.
She asked it.
Yeah, she's
we can go.
Trust him, and that's the most important thing. Oh my God. Now I know what all these questions were about.
When you see the young kids, whatever problems they're going through at the moment, if we can enable their faces to light up for just that one moment in the day, hopefully they can make it all the better.
So it just breaks up the day for some of the children that have been so poorly. Some of them have been quite a long time, so it's just another way of boosting their spirits and give them something to smile about, even if it's just for a few hours in the afternoon. So they all found out this morning that the players were coming, so they're looking forward to seeing some of their heroes and people that they look up to and maybe go to the games to see. So to see them at the end of their beds is just magical for them.
So that was a chance to look at Southampton's recent visit to Southampton General Hospital, and before that we saw the first proper awards of the night handed out, but there is still plenty more to come. We've got the Players Player of the Season award. That's where, as it says on the tin, the players, they get to choose their best performer this year. We also have the First Team Young Player of the Year, so that will be going to one of the younger players who's made the biggest impact this season. We've also got the Academy Young Player of the Year, looking at the success in the younger age groups. And we've got the goal of the season too. So again, you can still vote online at southamptonfc.com. We've got the Fans Player of the Season as well. You guys have been voting over the last week. That's closed now, but we will be revealing the winner later. And we've got the President's Choice Award, where Honorary Club President Terry Payne, he'll be choosing his Player of the Year. Now, loads of you have still been getting in touch on the socials using the hashtag SFC Awards 2019. We've got Nathan Becker, who says Matt Le Tissier is a god, and he's watching from Swindon. Hello, Nathan. Paul Lucas says Jan Valery for goal of the season, that effort against Manchester United. We've got Daniel Fisher, who says loving James Ward-Prowse, hopefully in a nice way. We've got Lucy Bennett saying Prowsey's been sensational this season. Well, he certainly has been. We've got Laura Gore watching from Eastleigh. We've also got Nikki Jane Ball, who says well done to Southampton's women. Yeah, very well done to them as well. And also Lucy Bennett says congratulations to Caitlin Smith on winning the Girls Regional Talent Club Player of the Year. And I think we've got Terry Payne now, who's chatting with Kenzie.
Thank you very much, Steve. Well, Terry, thank you so much for joining us. Fantastic to have you here, as always. How are you enjoying your evening so far?
Yeah, lovely. It's it's always a great occasion, the end of the season awards, and for the players, obviously, and the supporters. It's all part and parcel of what we do at Southampton Football Club, and it's nice to be here, flown in from South Africa, as you're probably aware, and going to do my presentation a little bit later. The Honorary President Award, which I'm looking forward to, and I think it's a season really and truly where we can all do a little bit of that, and at least we're in the Premier League next year, which is the important thing.
Exactly. Well, you touched on your award. We're going to come on to that in just a moment, but we are going to talk about the fact that we are staying in the Premier League season. It is a huge relief. It's been a tough season at times, but ultimately we're staying in the league.
That's the important part. I mean, as you all know, you need to be there. Southampton Club needs to be there, and the fact that we are there is very, very important. I mean, we've really turned the corner after Christmas, and it was great to see some of the results that we got, and very important, of course. And to stay in, it means so much to the club and its supporters, and hopefully it will continue.
Oh, we certainly will. We certainly will, Terry. Now, from the season as a whole, were there any particular highlights that stand out for you?
I think probably the goal that was scored at Watford, Shane Long, obviously. It's a record in the Premier League. That was but it was an important goal as well. I mean, away from home, Watford side are going particularly well in the cup final, as we know, against Manchester City. So they're a very useful side, and the fact that we got something out of the game, a little bit unlucky again, 90th minute, whatever it was, but I think the goal really set it up and gave us a huge chance, and then of course the draw against Bournemouth, I suppose, that eventually sealed the fact that we would be in the Premiership next season. 3-3, great game for if you're not a Southampton or Bournemouth supporter, but obviously some anxious moments, but at the end of the day we've come through.
Yeah, there's some good moments there, Terry. I imagine Saints fans watching at home will be in agreement with you there. I certainly think Shane would agree with you as well. History making at the club, which we absolutely love. Now we're going to come on to your award now, Terry. As we mentioned, you will be presenting that later on in the evening. I'm sure there were lots of candidates you could have chosen from. How difficult is that for you to make?
Well,
it
was a difficult choice because we've had a season of ups and downs, and and consistency is a word we always look for within the game. But I've chosen a player that I think has been pretty consistent, and he's been playing and asked to play in various positions, and always gave his all when he's been asked to play, as I say, in those different positions. And I think he's got an identity. I never thought he had an identity till this season, but he stepped up to the mark. He's got more physical in his game, and he started to score goals as well. So without revealing his name, unless you want me to.
No, don't give us any
I won't
clues.
give you
We want to
name.
keep everyone in suspense
No, I don't
watching
want to do
at
that.
home.
No, I won't do that. But so yeah, I'm looking forward to presenting it to him, and a good season's work as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Terry, it's delightful to have you with us as always. We'll leave you to go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very, very much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
So that was the players voting for their player of the season, and we can find out who has won in around about 45 minutes time. As you can see, everyone is tucking into their dinner here in the room. I'm not sure what they're eating or whether it's the starter or the main course yet, but it smells delicious, whatever it is. We have been getting loads of people getting in touch with us on the socials. Remember to keep letting us know what you're thinking watching tonight. You can use the hashtag SFC Awards 2019. Let's have a little look at who has got in touch. We have got Steve Adams, who says it's a pleasure to watch the ladies team this season. Well done to Shelley and the girls. We've got Barry Hopgood, who says looking well, Terry. We have Linda, who says it's good to see Terry Payne looking so well. A lot of love for Terry right now on the socials. Mary Adlam says hi from Winchester. Hello Mary, how are you doing tonight? Annette Rendell says go Shannon, one of the award winners. We've also got Stephen Carter, who says Hojbjerg is a solid player, which I think most of us would agree with. We also have Paul Bartlett, who says Ward Prowse is his player of the season. And we have got Paul Bowyer, who's saying Valerie's effort against Manchester United is his goal of the season. That absolutely stunning effort from him. And we've got John Hearn, who says Prowsey versus Man United is his goal of the season. So yeah, a very tightly contested set of nominees for goal of the season. But let's have a little look at some of the light-hearted moments from the past year.
What are you doing? Hey, Josh.
Burning. Burnt nothing. Managed to burn nothing.
Come on.
His Uncle Ben. His Don Leo. And Wimpy.
I think I broke my nose.
Coming home!
Cedric can keep the pressure on, he's got it back. Hojbjerg on the right, crosses. Oh, there's a little slip, but it comes to Bertrand! What a strike that is from Ryan Bertrand! He has smashed that left-footed past Kasper Schmeichel. Then a long-distance shot! What a goal from Pierre Hojbjerg! He has lashed a 30-yarder low past Matt Ryan. Gagliardini brings it down, gets a 1-2 with Cedric back heel towards Armstrong. What a great finish from Stuart Armstrong! 18 yards out, curls a beauty right-footed past Rico into the goal and sends the Saints fans wild at Craven Cottage.
Saints come again to the 18-yard box. Redmond right-footed. What a strike from Nathan Redmond, curling all of 25 yards out. Cal Roos could only turn and watch it rattle the back of the net.
Redmond turns it to Austin. Austin does well to find Valerie. Picks it up and drives towards the box. Shoots from the right-hand side and scores an absolutely brilliant goal. The 20-year-old Frenchman has lashed that past David De Gea, and you don't beat him at his near post easily. About 8 yards outside the penalty area, should be able to get it up and down. He takes it and he does get it up and down, and James Ward-Prowse scores again for Southampton. That's his 5th of the season. He's on fire, and Saints are back all square at Old Trafford. Ward-Prowse from about a yard outside the D, slightly left of centre, looks up, curls it, and gives Southampton the lead. 2 goals in 4 minutes. James Ward-Prowse scores in successive games. 2 free kicks, 1 past David De Gea, 1 past Hugo Lloris. We're about to get underway, 4 games to go in Southampton's season. Still on 36 points, last season's total. Need a point to get past that, and immediately Shane Long charges the ball down from the kick-off, and then he chips the goalkeeper, and he gives Southampton the lead in 9 seconds. Cathcart's clearance charged down by Shane Long. Out came Ben Foster, and cool as you like, Shane Long scores his 3rd goal in 4 games. Very good afternoon to you from a cool, grey St Mary's. These 2 sides are going to go at it this afternoon. Sims has got him down the right, pulls it back into the 6-yard area, and Nathan Redmond has his first goal as he tucks it in high into the net from 3 yards out. Here it comes, in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, free header, and this time they do score, and it might not have been totally free, but Willy Bolly got well above everybody else. As Sims holds it up midway inside the Wolves, does well. Ings with a great ball. Redmond chips it past the goalkeeper beautifully. What a lovely move between all 3 forwards on the pitch. Sims, Ings, and then Redmond for his 2nd. Ings again trying to play him behind, and he's got Sims in by Patricio, and he's put it wide. Ward-Prowse looking for the corner from the left, and there's plenty of players falling over and end up on the backside. Vestergaard's one of them, and then it's poked in, and there's no flag. Shane Long looked offside for all money, but he's poked it past Rui Patricio as it came back to him on the right-hand side. Then the corner comes in, it's going to come out to Romeo, who hits it first time. Brilliant save by Rui Patricio to stop Yoshida. He's blocked it, and John Moss says that is it. Players go over to celebrate with the Saints fans. Job done, good home win.
I was made aware of a letter that came my way at training, and Leon told me of his admiration of us as a team and a club, and singled me out as one of his favourite players. So took the time to obviously come down and see all of the wards that possible today, and popped in to see Leon and put a smile on his face.
He's been in isolation the last few days. He got told this morning that he was out of isolation, so it's just brought his spirits up. So yeah, it's made a tough time much happier, and yeah, I have a boy that has a massive smile, so I couldn't ask for more.
What was it like when he walked in the door?
Surprised and gobsmacked.
What did you talk about?
Just about me and my family, and he signed some stuff for me.
So I have found out what they're all having for dinner. Beef Wellington. Nearly covered myself in it as I nearly bumped into everyone who was serving. You guys have been getting in touch on the socials still. So we've got Will Body, who says Redmond is his player of the season. We've also got Chris Bronsden, who's watching from Sheffield. Hello, Chris. We've got Stephen Geddes, who says Hojbjerg's his player of the year. Loads of competition in that category. Teresa's watching from Milton Keynes. Hello, Teresa. We've also got Martin Yeats watching from Portugal. Hello, or hola, Martin. And Bed Woodford is watching from Warsash. And Toby says Shane Long has got his goal of the season nomination, that record effort. Now let's have a little look at fans talking about their favourite moments from the season so far.
Anytime from 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, Finley's saying, "Are we going yet?"
No matter what's going on and what else is going on in life, we always look forward to Saturday.
Just thinking about the weekend, thinking about the next game.
Oh, anticipation. Anticipation about the win.
We go because we believe that Saints can always take on the big teams.
I went to beat Man City and Man United. And also Liverpool too.
The atmosphere, the proximity of the fans, the smell of the grass.
There's not really a feeling like it. I'll see Dad there, he'll be like rubbing his hands together.
And then you get inside and then you talk to the other fans. Getting in the ground and getting a tea or coffee and sitting and, what's it going to be today, lads?
Then the bell rings in the dressing room, and then we come together in a circle, and then I speak the last words.
And then the game kicks off.
And then the fire goes on.
You flick the switch, then you're in that mode where you've got to give everything.
Support from outside means more power on the pitch.
That one last chance on goal, that one last burst into the box.
James Ward-Prowse, free kick. As soon as you know it, it was screaming towards the back of the net.
What a kick. That was unbelievable.
We hoped it would go in, and when it did, I think we all hit the roof, didn't we?
Yeah.
Feeling like the roof is going away.
You could just see how much it meant to him as well. It was just brilliant to live in that moment.
This feeling about the tension and then finally you got it, you only get in the stadium.
You just feel like you're part of something that's so unique.
It's such a roller coaster. You experience the ups and downs.
We go back because if they wear the red and white stripes, we support them.
It keeps the heart going, especially at my age.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted to say that we're joined on the sofa now by Pierre Hojbjerg. How are you, Pierre? How are you enjoying your evening?
Very good, thank you. Very nice to be here. Thank you very much.
It's fantastic to have you here, it really is.
It is indeed. So the season's had some highs. What's been one of your highlights, Pierre?
I think there is a couple. I think, like we mentioned before, this went on. The game against Arsenal was a bit the turnover. We had 2-3 days later a game against Huddersfield that we won as well. So that was a very good moment where you're like, it tipped to the positive side. So that was a special moment.
You mentioned that game against Arsenal. It was an absolutely massive game. So important, not just for the team, but for the fans as well. It really was massive. Why was that such a special feeling for you all?
I think there's been a lot of talking for a long time with not beating a top 6 club, the new coach coming in. We had to have this moment of turnaround or feel that the new coach and whatever we were doing behind the scenes would actually turn out to something positive. And when we got that result, we looked at each other and we got even more hungry, more motivated, and we kept going forward.
You talk about the new coach coming in, but what impact has Ralph had on you personally?
Personally, he's been after me a bit.
In what way?
I think he's good in provoking situation and getting not the temper, but getting you in a situation where you want to say, no, I'm going to show you wrong. I'm going to show you that I can do it. And it's small moments where he's good in hitting not a soft spot, but getting you on your toes. And he's kept everybody sharp. He's kept everybody together. That I think is the biggest achievement, is that we're all now standing together. We're all standing strong together. I think we always talk about a lot of potential and a lot of good talents in the club, but if we don't know how to bring it together, to bring it in harmony together, I think we have I don't think we will fully achieve what we can do, but slowly but good, we're getting it all together. Everybody now staying really good together and with the right mindset. There's only one way, that's forward.
And on to tonight then, Pierre. It's a fantastic evening. The fans are here as well, of course, and we'll come on to that in just a moment. Some tough award categories. One of them is Goal of the Season. You're up for that award. We were chatting about it before we went on air. Who do you think is going to walk away with that tonight?
Personally, the goal I enjoyed the most was the one from Prowsey against Tottenham. That was also a special moment. First half very difficult. We were lucky to be just 1-0 down. We came out second half. We had some adjustment, and we just went on from there. And then the goal, the winning goal, and the whole atmosphere in the stadium. And you really felt some special. There was some bonding between the players and the fans and the club. Just that day, that just everything came together.
Yeah, I actually really agree with that because I felt that too.
Everybody was just jumping up and down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And player of the season, that's got to be a tough one to call, right?
Yeah, it's always difficult to choose one. I think a lot of players have done well, and that's very important if you want to have a good team. You need everybody to take responsibility. You need everybody to show their quality consistently. And I think more and more have done it now. The last couple of months has been up there. So I hope next year we have 11 or 15 who will show consistently that they should be the best player.
Yeah, it's obvious that you're extremely passionate about this club. Firstly, what does it mean to you to lead the team out of the tunnel, and what are you most looking forward to about next season?
No, I have said it many times before. It is the proudest moment of my career to be able to be recognized as the captain and the leader of the team. It's not something I'm asking for, want to be. It's just something I am. So that to be recognized is that me as a person is recognized, and that means a lot to me. But again, I think throughout many seasons there's been some great leaders in the club, and I have not only in the dressing room but also with stories and from the past heard from great leaders in the club, and I think I just want to carry that, that armband, carry on the story, and that's very big for me.
Oh, Pierre, thank you so much for joining us. We're very much looking forward to cheering you on next season. Thank you for being here on the sofa. Now it's time for a quick season review.
So a little look at the highlights of our season there. Now you guys have been getting in touch on the socials at Southampton FC using the hashtag SFC Awards 2019, and we're going to find out who's been saying what. So Dan Woodland said Hojbjerg's a great role model, which first time I've met the guy, and he seems genuinely like one.
Yeah, he's
what
very,
a lovely
very
person.
passionate about the club, certainly is.
Also, we've got Keelan Cahill, who's watching from Ireland. Hello, Keelan. We've got James Pearce, says up the Saints. Another person watching from Ireland, Diane O'Neill, who's also
Diane.
tuning in from the Emerald Isle. Louise says looking forward to seeing the award winners. Well, that's coming up very soon. Kerry Clark has said his young niece named their new pet gecko Ralph.
I love that.
What a great name. We've also got Sam Bell, who said Hojbjerg, my man and proud captain, absolute hero to the SFC and a class professional footballer.
Oh, amazing to hear from all of you there on our social channels. Please do continue to get in touch with us on our YouTube and Facebook page. Now, for anyone watching earlier on, I was speaking to Terry Payne, and he mentioned that one of his highlights of the season was that goal from Shane Long. Of course, he did make history here at the club, scoring the fastest Premier League goal in history, taking over, of course, from Ledley King. It was just absolutely phenomenal. Have a look at this.
We're about to get underway. 4 games to go in Southampton's season. Still on 36 points, last season's total. Need a point to get past that, and immediately Shane Long charges the ball down from the kickoff, and then he chips the goalkeeper, and he gives Southampton the lead.
I didn't know what the record was before, but you know, records like that are nice to have, I suppose. But just disappointing that I wasn't a goal to get us 3 points.
Honestly, could not have been more delighted for Shane. He so deserved it, and you know, couldn't go to a nicer man. And to be honest, what a goal!
Yeah, I mean, people are talking about how fast it was, but the finish itself was absolutely fantastic.
And do you know what I love about it is that Shane genuinely had no idea that he'd done it. He seemed genuinely shocked when they interviewed him after the game that he'd actually broken history. Now I think we're about to get back underway here at the Southampton Football Club Player Awards. Let's get you back onto the stage for the main event.
With our evening. First of all, big thank you to everyone getting involved with the silent auction. A reminder, we have until 10 o'clock this evening. Money getting split, the profits 50-50 between the Saints Foundation and, of course, Francis Benali's Iron Fran Challenge. So thank you very much for all your support so far. All of you that texted in at home, thank you so much for that. And everyone in the room as well, getting behind it on the silent auction. So, of course, the Southampton Academy is world-renowned. We've got plenty of alumni playing their football around the world, and, of course, some of those great players in our starting 11 as we speak this season as well. To tell us a little bit more about the Academy and their progress this season, please welcome Academy Manager Matt Hale. Matt, thanks so much for joining us. A bit of a reflection to kick things off. Another exciting 12 months of the Academy?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. On a number of fronts, really, not just, or certainly by no means least, the amount of debuts we've had in the first team this year, 5. As well as that, we've won a few games throughout the age groups as well, which instead of getting the Fair Play Award, it's always nice to win a few games. So we've done that at under 23 level, and our under 23s are in the playoff final, which hopefully will be next week. The under 18s have done superbly well to finish 4th in their league, and our under 15s also, who are in the cup final against Newcastle next Friday. So both results and productivity for our young lads has been really good.
For you, obviously, with the Academy, when you see that progression and you know that progression path is available for these young players, they can see that there's an opportunity to get to the first team. How important is that for you in the work you're doing?
Absolutely, and we've got that strength really with the relationship between the first team and the under-23s and myself, with Craig Fleming and Kelvin in particular being instrumental with that first team group. And again, you can produce those young players and make them ready, which is our job, but you rely very much on that first team manager. So we're very pleased with Ralph, and thank you very much. Made our jobs a lot easier. So the relationship's really good and really strong.
Obviously, our academy is well renowned. You know, everyone talks about the Southampton Academy, the players that we've seen. You know, behind the scenes, what developments are you making to take things to the next level?
All the time, we've got our own high performance team now, and performance science department, which are always looking at different ways, different bits of innovation and research behind the scenes in all sorts of areas which bring the best out of our young players, and what new techniques we can use across the different disciplines. So we're always trying to stay one step ahead, as we are with our recruitment as well. So we very much, as you know, try and bring lads through the long-term pathway from the ages of 8 and 9, but also we look to acquire some of the best talent we can find across England and 1 or 2 countries in Europe as well. So we're always looking at our diligent processes there to make sure we're bringing in the right talent at 16 as well as at the age of 8 and 9.
Credit to the work you and your team are doing, because you mentioned the youngsters that have stepped up to the first team this season. They've all come in and they've all established themselves. They haven't just come in for 1 or 2 games. You have to give them real credit for the way they've applied themselves. Yeah,
again, the number of debuts is good. It's impressive with 5, and there's more and more appearances. I think Jan's somewhere around 20 now. So the appearances make that difference in terms of productivity for us. So it's pleasing not just to get those debuts as well.
Matt, thank you very much. Good to have your thoughts on the academy. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Matt Howes, Academy Manager. Matt, don't go anywhere. Stay with us, because we're going to give out an award now. We're going to give out the award for the Academy Young Player of the Year Award, which is sponsored by Solent University. So to come and join Matt on the stage, please welcome Mike Toy from Solent University. Thanks for joining us again, Mike. We'll get you the envelope. And just while we're getting the envelope for this one, Matt, just tell us a little bit about this person who's won this award, because a great character.
Yeah, again, going back on what I said just now, we try and bring young players through from an early age through our development centre programme, but we also look to bring talented players to the football club. And the winner tonight is somebody we watched for a long time and acquired him from a league club. At the age of 16, he's been with us 2 years. Whilst he's been with us, he's achieved, again, international recognition, playing for Ireland on a number of occasions, scoring goals for them, as well as playing, I think, 12 times in our under-23s this year. So he's done remarkably well. He's a hard-working, another left-sided player. Very mature for his age, because I think you have a look at his record collection, it's anything from the Beatles to Right Said Fred. So... seriously, I think he's an Oasis fan. But delighted with the winner.
Fabulous. Okay, Mike, if you can do the honours for us.
Yep. So we're delighted to announce that the winner of the Academy Young Player of the Year is Will Ferry.
Congratulations. I hope that music playlist was all right to welcome you up. Was that all right? Is that going to feature on the iPod?
Yeah, that was fine. I listen to a variety of things, not just Oasis, typical Manchester sort of band, but,
We'll work on that again. I'm sure you'll win awards coming in the future as well. Just talk us through your season. Lovely words there from Matt about you, as your testament as a player and obviously your character as well. Must be pleasing to pick up an award like this.
Yeah, it's always an honour. I started with a difficult season with injury, but this season I've been given the chance to show what I can do, and it's nice to show to receive a bit of recognition and a bit of praise from obviously the coaches that have given me that chance.
Obviously, being here at this club and you're seeing your fellow players that are getting the opportunity in the first team, that must give you real great hope and make you push yourself even more, knowing that opportunity is there if you can work hard for it.
Yeah, it's always a massive motivating factor that you can see the pathway up to the first team. You can see there's lots of opportunities given, and hopefully I carry on impressing and hopefully make that step.
Well, we look forward to seeing your progress, and hopefully we'll see your debut here at St Mary's very soon in the first team. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our Academy Young Player of the Year, Will Ferry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break. This is your final chance to grab another drink from the bar or use the bathroom, because once we have done that, we're going to go right the way through with the rest of our awards. So we'll be back with you very shortly. Thank you.
Well, what a pleasure it is to say that we are joined on the sofa now by Yannick Vestergaard. Yannick, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good stuff. How are you enjoying your evening so far?
It's actually a lot of fun. Been paired with a lot of funny guests, so I'm enjoying myself.
You've had a good table, it seems,
yes.
And this is your first player awards here at Southampton. How nice is it to kind of be integrated with the fans?
I think it's a great opportunity to. Obviously, we can't get to know every fan of Southampton, but it's nice to get to know just a couple of them, and on a personal level as well, not just as the footballer, but also as the human being. So I think it's very interesting.
There's some tough categories tonight, especially player of the season. How have you found voting for that, and can you tell us maybe who you cast your vote for?
I think it was tough. I think there were a couple of candidates, and it has been quite a tricky season to give a vote on, because it has been so different. My vote has been on Pierre, not just because he's Danish, but I think he's had a tremendous development through the season. He started off not being in the first 11 and finishing it off as captain, and what a captain. Also, he's doing very well, and I just think he's done brilliantly. Others, Nathan has done incredibly well during the whole season, very consistent. Prowsey's last 6 months, Jan Bednarik coming in after not playing at all in the beginning. There are a lot of contenders, but my vote was on Pierre for the before mentioned reasons.
There we we go. We've got a little exclusive there on the sofa here. Now, you mentioned it has been a tricky season. There's been some highs and lows, obviously. But for you personally, what was the standout moment in the season?
I mean, there definitely were highs and lows for the team and for me as well, personally. It started off quite rough. We weren't in a very good place as a team, and as a new player, I found it hard, I think, to really find my role and to find my form. And I think that has changed during the season. I think I've kind of gotten into that rhythm where I can recognize myself and I feel confident. But a turning point might have been the Arsenal game after my big mistake against Cardiff away, against a direct opponent. That was a tough one to take for me personally, but I'm proud of the way that I also got the chance to bounce back, and I think I've shown a lot more of what I can do since then. So that probably was a turning point for me.
Yeah, and talking about you finding yourself and gaining more confidence, how much of an impact has the new boss, has Ralph had on that?
Massive impact, obviously. It's shown me some trust, which I obviously needed. Everyone needs it, and that has been a big factor. He's been very detailed in what he wants from us, and we have found comfort in that, and it's worked really well, and I'm very happy.
Yannick, before we let you go, you've mentioned how happy you are playing under Ralph, and the fans absolutely love him. We have sustained Premier League status for next season, which is absolutely fantastic. What are you looking forward to most for next season?
Well, I mean, it is fantastic when we look at where we were at Christmas. When I look back, I think I don't know how we stayed optimistic, and because it was a big, I don't know if you say this in English, but I would say a big mountain to climb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. So that is a big achievement considering where we were, but I think the club and we as players have higher ambitions than just barely making it. So I'm looking forward to a good pre-season where we can get to work on all the stuff that needs work, and hopefully play a role a little bit higher up in the table next year.
Oh, Yannick, thank you so much for joining us. An
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure to have you on the sofa, and we
Pleasure
are
being
also
here.
extremely excited for the new season. Now, we've seen some highlights earlier from the under-23s. It's time now to take a look at some highlights from the under-18s.
So the awards are just moments away, but you've still been getting in touch on the socials using the hashtag SFC Awards 2019. We've got David Winderbank, who's watching from Bognor Regis. Hello, David. Terry Buck says the future looks bright after the Academy Player of the Year was shown, so well done for getting in touch, Terry. Also, Sam Bell says well done, Will Ferry, for winning the Academy Player of the Year. Sharpie says Vestergaard is so big. He is compared to me. I'm only 5'5". I think about a foot taller than him. We've also got Michael Morant, who said Franny Benali is a legend. He certainly is. And Debbie said Vestergaard comes across as an intelligent guy. He certainly does. Right, we're going to play a short VT now, and then we're going to cross back over to Kenzie.
The big breaking news this lunchtime, and Southampton have got their man. That news breaking in the last couple of moments. Let's go live, shall we, to the South Coast.
Well, the atmosphere is really starting to build now here in the room at St Mary's. It's just moments to go now until all of the awards are announced. I know lots of you have been commenting at home as who you'd like to see walk away with those all-important awards tonight. We've also heard from some of the players who they'd like to see pick up some of the awards. So it's going to be very interesting to see who walks away with them tonight. Lots and lots of awards to give out. Amongst those, of course, is Players Player of the Season. That's going to be a big one. First Team Young Player of the Year and Goal of the Season. That's another huge one. And Fans Player of the Season. So you at home, I'm sure, would have voted for that as well. So many wonderful highlights from the season. Lots of players that could be up for the various awards. Big thank you to everybody who's already tuned in at home. We are live across the globe on Facebook and YouTube, and it's amazing to hear so many of you watching from all over the world. Now, it's been a wonderful evening so far. We've had James Ward-Prowse on the sofa, Terry Payne and Yannick Vestergaard as well. We still have more to come. The main event is on its way to you. Things are starting to heat up in the main room. I can see that things are beginning to get back underway on the stage, so I will be handing you over in just a moment's time. There you go. That's the current situation here at St Mary's. That is the current scene here at the stadium. And the players, I'm sure, will be looking forward to finding out who will be leaving with those all-important awards as well. Of course, they don't know who will be winning. They've made their votes. It'll be very interesting to see who will pick those up. But it is now time for the main event. Here are your Southampton Football Club.
Welcome to all of you at home watching on YouTube around the world. Pleasure to have your company here tonight as we celebrate this season. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask you to please be seated. We are now going to get on with the rest of the awards and take you right the way through to the end of the evening. As I mentioned, plenty of opportunity for you later in the night to collect autographs and photos and speak to the players and the management. Silent auction, a reminder, we're about 40 minutes or so from closing on that. Thank you so much for your generosity so far. I've just looked online and we're at about 983,000 for Franny's challenge. So if you've donated at home, thank you. If you've donated in the room, thank you very much. Yeah, a round of applause, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next award this evening is a very special one. We have a very special visitor here with us this evening who's travelled quite a few miles to get here. He's not come just down the M27 or A27. He's got an aeroplane and come all the way from South Africa. They played well over 700 games for the Saints, scoring over 160 goals. They were part of the 1966 World Cup winning squad. But they are a Saint. They are our honorary president. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Terry Payne.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to say how pleased and honoured I am to be here. Mind you, at my age, I'm pleased to be anywhere. Seriously, though, it is great to be with so many people, with all of us sharing the same passion and so many of the same hopes and ambitions. The Saints represent so much of our lives. I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I say Southampton Football Club is one of the most important factors in our lives. It most certainly is for me, and has done so since a memorable day in March 1957 when I made my first team debut a few days before my 18th birthday. If anyone had told me that one day I would be at this magnificent St Mary's Stadium speaking as club honorary president to the people who make this such a great club, which includes its most dedicated and loyal supporters, I would never have believed them, but it has happened, and even though I now live in South Africa, I see every game and closely follow all the developments. It's been tough deciding on all the awards being announced this evening because a number of players have produced outstanding performances at times. But my choice as President and Player of the Year is a player who has been dedicated to the job at hand, often being asked to play in a variety of positions and showing tremendous team spirit for the cause. Therefore, my Player of the Season is James Ward-Prowse.
Well, incredibly well received there. I think you made a very good choice there, Terry. I think the crowd agree with that one. James had a fantastic season. I think it's been incredibly notable, especially in the second half of the season. He's come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he? He's been getting those goals and being back around the England squad as well.
Yeah, but for me, he's got an identity now. I can look at him and say what he is. Before, I wasn't 100% sure about that. But since Ralph has come into the team, he's obviously done something that's inspired him to do the things physically, as well as getting forward and scoring goals. A magnificent taker of free kicks, as we all know, in dead ball situations. And just looking at it and coming through the academy as well, I'm pleased with my choice.
Great choice. James, Terry's there. He said he knows who you are now. You found your identity. Is that something that you've noticed within your own game over these last 6 months?
Yeah, it is. I think he's spot on. I think before the manager came in, I wasn't sure really on what was going on, but he sat me down and was brutally honest about what he wanted from me. And the next day in training, I just wanted to show him that I should be in the team. And I've always believed in myself as a player and dealing with situations, and I saw it as a good opportunity to showcase the manager what I could do.
We all know how good you are at corners and free kicks. Got a couple of goals from those free kicks as well, pretty important ones as well.
Yeah, that's it. I think the Tottenham one stands out for me massively. You always work hard during the week to get those moments, and you don't get many in a game. You only maybe get one or two. So to put it away and to see the stadium erupt like that, is what you put all the hard work and effort in for. So good to see it finally paying off.
And just finally, you mentioned there the manager told you what he wanted from you, and you reacted and you gave him that. And it seems like the reaction has come from all the players in the team from that. That direction you've had from Ralph, how important has that been for you and the team?
Massively important. I think we lost our identity a little bit over the last 2 years. And since the manager's come in, we've got a clear philosophy and a clear way in where we're going. And you can see the energy, not only on the pitch, but in the stadium as well. We're on the front foot. We're taking the games, to the big teams, and we've picked up some great results. And we've learned a lot along the way. But I feel as though seeing the season off on a good note, rest and get ready for what will be an exciting year next year for sure.
James, congratulations. It's a pleasure to see you back in an England shirt as well. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Terry, thank you so much as well. A big thank you to you as well, Terry, for making the journey over. We really, really appreciate that, and thank you so much for all you do. I know you're a big and vocal supporter over in South Africa of the Saints. So thank you so much for spreading the word. Right, next award, we are going to move on to Goal of the Season. This one is sponsored by Utilita. And before we announce our winner, let's take one final look at all those nominees.
Cedric can keep the pressure on, he's got it back. Hojbjerg on the right, crosses. Oh, there's a little slip, but it comes to Bertrand! What a strike that is from Ryan Bertrand! He has smashed that left-footed past Kasper Schmeichel. Then a long distance shot! What a goal from Pierre Hojbjerg! He has lashed a 30-yarder low past Matt Ryan. Gabbiadini brings it down, gets a 1-2 with Cedric backheel towards Armstrong. What a great finish from Stuart Armstrong. 18 yards out, curls a beauty right-footed past Rico into the goal and sends the Saints fans wild at Craven Cottage.
Saints come again to the 18-yard box. Redmond right-footed. What a strike from Nathan Redmond, curling all of 25 yards out. Cal Roos could only turn and watch it rattle the back of the net.
Redmond turns it to Austin, and Austin does well to find Valerie. Picks it up and drives towards the box, shoots from the right-hand side and scores an absolutely brilliant goal. The 20-year-old Frenchman has lashed that past David De Gea, and you don't beat him at his near post easily. About 8 yards outside the penalty area, should be able to get it up and down. He takes it and he does get it up and down, and James Ward-Prowse scores again for Southampton. That's his 5th of the season. He's on fire, and Saints are back all square at Old Trafford. Ward-Prowse from about a yard outside the D, slightly left of centre, looks up, curls it, and gives Southampton the lead! 2 goals in 4 minutes! James Ward-Prowse scores in successive games, 2 free kicks, 1 past David De Gea, 1 past Hugo Lloris. We're about to get underway, 4 games to go in Southampton's season. Still on 36 points, last season's total. Need a point to get past that, and immediately Shane Long charges the ball down from the kickoff, and then he chips the goalkeeper, and he gives Southampton the lead in 9 seconds. Cathcart's clearance charged down by Shane Long. Out came Ben Foster, and cool as you like, Shane Long scores his 3rd goal in 4 games.
Fantastic goals. Some great nominees. But there can be just one winner. To present this award, please welcome a man who scored quite a few for Southampton, Matthew Le Tissier and Matt McHugh from Utilita.
Matt, just a quick one. You've scored quite a few spectacular goals in your time as a Saints player. Any of those you'd like to have added to your repertoire?
Oh, yeah. Most of them, if I'm honest. I think there were some absolute crackers. Obviously, some goals were almost count more than others sometimes because of the magnitude of the match. I think if you're looking at a goal from a purely technical point of view, it all depends on how you see goals and what it means to you as to where your vote goes, really.
And quite interestingly, if we were to do this award ceremony back, 96, 95, goal A, Matthew Le Tissier, goal B, Matthew Le Tissier, goal C, Matthew Le Tissier, it's nice to see such a real broad spectrum of players, not just the forwards contributing.
Yeah, very much so. Saw 2 cracking goals from fullbacks, and it's great, I think, in modern day football to see fullbacks getting forward so much and having attempts at goal. I mean, Franny played over 300 games, he got 1 goal in 300 games, you know what I mean?
It was a good goal, though.
It was a good goal. It was put on a plate for him, to be fair. Can't remember who crossed it right onto his head, but It is. I love the way that the fullbacks want to get forward and attack, and both of them at the same time in attacks as well. I think that it makes for exciting for us to watch as fans. And there were some brilliant free kicks as well from Prowsey. I would have been proud of those as well.
Okay, well, let's put everyone out there misery. If you can do the honours for us, please, Matt.
Thank you. The winner of goal of the season is Jan Valery.
Redmond turns it to Austin, and Austin does well to find Valery. Picks it up and drives towards the box, shoots from the right-hand side and scores an absolutely brilliant goal. The 20-year-old Frenchman has lashed that past David De Gea, and you don't beat him with his near post easily.
What a goal. Jan, congratulations. Obviously incredibly well received from that table over there. Did you have to pay them for their votes?
No, I didn't. But thank you for everyone who voted for me, and I'm happy for this award.
Quite a season for you. Come through the academy, make your debut, and get quite an important goal. Not just any goal, by the way, against David De Gea at Old Trafford on his near post.
Yeah, like you can see, every game I was a little bit more confident. That's from all of my teammates, the coaches, everyone helped me every day. Sorry, and they give me just the freedom to play and told me when you have the ball, sometimes just play simple, just a touch and cross or shoot. And especially that game, Charles and Raiders, they told me to do it, and it came in my mind, and I've just done it, and I scored.
We saw Vincent Kompany's goal last night, and the players were going, "Vinny, don't shoot, don't shoot." Is that something you do in training, or is that just a magic moment?
No, I don't do it in training because it would be over the goal after. but no, yeah, it was. I don't know if it was luck, but it just came in my mind. I've done it, and it went in. So yeah.
Well, a cracking goal, Jan. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing more of those in the coming seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, your goal of the season, Jan Valery. Matt, I'm going to ask you to stay with me, because there was another goal this season, ladies and gentlemen, that was a bit of a record breaker. It's a record that I don't think we'll see get broken anytime soon in the Premier League, and that happens to be the fastest ever goal in Premier League history. 7.69 seconds. On Twitter and Instagram, the time was fluctuating, but it was definitely under 10 seconds straight away. It was an amazing goal, and we can't let tonight pass without recognising that superb achievement. Please put your hands together for Shane Long.
We're about to get underway. 4 games to go in Southampton's season. Still on 36 points, last season's total. Need a point to get past that, and immediately Shane Long charges the ball down from the kick-off, and then he chips the goalkeeper, and he gives Southampton the lead in 9 seconds. Cathcart's clearance charged down by Shane Long. Out came Ben Foster, and cool as you like, Shane Long scores his 3rd goal in 4 games.
Shane, don't disappear. You're not going to get away with that. Shane, first of all, congratulations. An amazing achievement. Fastest ever Premier League goal. Is that something, as a striker, you aim to score as many goals as you can, but the quickest goal ever, I'm guessing that's something you weren't necessarily aiming for?
No, yeah, a little bit random. Every game you try and go out there and get straight into the opposition and just try to put them under pressure. But took a good first touch with my backside, across the keeper, and managed to finish it. It was one of them moments you can't predict and you can't go out and try and do. But yeah, thankful that it came off.
Don't worry about a touch off your backside. Matt did plenty of those in his time. With that goal, you've got that first touch, you've won the ball. What was going through your mind?
Well, my first thought was trying to take the first touch across the defender so he can't tackle me. And then I know I can feel his eyes burning into the side of my head, but Kelvin was telling me that the keeper hits the ground early, so the best finish to do is dink them, and yeah, he was right.
Well, Shane, it's a fantastic personal achievement. You've done it in a Saints shirt as well, and the fans very much enjoyed that goal. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shane Long. Cheers, Matt. Thank you. Okay, our next award is a very special award, Players' Player of the Season, sponsored by Under Armour. This is a very special award because, of course, it's voted for the players, by the players, their peers, their teammates, the players they share those highs and lows with. They're the ones they train with week in, week out.
So to present this award, please welcome Pierre Hojbjerg and Niall Bruton from Under Armour. Pierre, we'll just grab a quick word with you before we announce the winner. Slightly awkward, because you're presenting it means you obviously haven't won it.
I can go down again, huh?
Look, you've had a fantastic season. The team, we've mentioned a little bit earlier on, the way the team come together under Ralph has been fantastic. You've got a real good bond as a group of mates and as a team.
No, I think one of the key things to our, let's say, success the last couple of months have been the group, and have been, of course, the coach and the whole team around him, making sure that we stay together, we get the best out of each other, and yeah, I think we did so.
You certainly did, and it certainly showed on the pitch as well. So let's announce our winner now. If I get you the envelope, if you can do the honours for us.
And the winner of the Players' Player of the Season is Nathan Redmond.
Nathan, congratulations. A very special award to win it. It's from your teammates. That must mean a lot.
Yeah, to see it come from my peers, obviously, but to the boys that I see every single day at the training ground and then going out there fighting with them on a Saturday afternoon, you know, it means a lot. And I've been here 3 seasons now, and I think, you know, I've made some great friends here, especially on and off the pitch.
Pierre, just a word on Nathan. You know, what's he like to have in the dressing room?
Shit.
If you're listening at home, we're sorry. It was bound to happen. Someone was bound to say something. Pierre, let's have a word about Nathan. Let's keep it clean. What's he like?
No, I came the same time as Nate 3 years ago now, and to see how he progressed, not only as a player, but as a professional, and as a human being, that is, yeah, outstanding.
Nathan, of course, we've already mentioned there's been lots of ups and downs over the last 3 years, but no, but you've kind of ridden that wave, and you've been stronger and stronger, and your performances are getting better and better. Being here at this club, you're developing as a player and taking yourself to new heights.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's the Players' Player Award, and I can say it again, you know, there's some fantastic boys in this dressing room, and to be able to go out there and express myself every single week, obviously the coaching staff that have come in recently have helped that, but the boys in the dressing room, you know, I couldn't have done it without them.
Nathan, thank you very much. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Redmond. Our next award is the First Team Young Player of the Year Award. To present this award, please welcome your President's Choice winner, James Ward-Prowse, and once again, Niall Bruton from Under Armour. James, we'll just have a quick word with you about young player. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if we can just a bit of attention in the room, please. James, you know, you've been there. You've broken into that first team as a young player. How tough is that to do?
Yeah, it's tough, but I think the club's built around, you know, welcoming young players into the team, and thankfully when I came through there was a good group of lads in the change room, and like Pierre and Redders have said, there's a good group of lads in there who will always welcome the young lads into the team.
You've obviously been in that position, and now you're in that kind of more senior position within the side. You've seen some great young lads come through this year.
Yeah, I have. I'm starting to feel a bit old now, but you know, there's a few good lads coming through, and it's been a good experience for them back end of the season, and good stepping stone for them to carry on next year as well.
Okay, right, gentlemen, I'll let you do the honours and announce the winner of the First Team Young Player of the Season.
And the winner is Jan Valerie.
Jan, congratulations. First season, 2 goals, 2 awards. Not doing bad, are you?
Yeah, obviously I'm proud of it. I'm happy. But like I said before, everything like my teammates, the coaches, the staff, everyone helped me for it. They make me be more confident every day. I'm improving every day because of them as well. They give me advices, and I want to thank them and all of the staff. And that's for me, but that's for all of them as well.
James, just a quick word about Jan. You know, you've been in the dressing with him, and he's come in, he's got those goals, he's established himself in the team. Tell us a bit about this guy.
No, he's a great guy. You know, he works very hard in training, and you can see, like he said, that his confidence. And when he first came in, you're naturally quite shy about sort of mingling with the lads, playing well on the pitch. But you know, he's improved week by week, and you can see the way that he's finishing the season very strong. Like I said, it's a good stepping stone for next year for him.
Certainly is. And going into that dressing room for the first time, getting that phone call from the manager and being told you're going to make your debut. Tell us about that moment. How special was that?
No, yeah, it was a really big moment for me and my family. Like I said before, the first team players, they really helped me because when I came in, I was not scared, but you know, it's the first time, and they all like make me laugh, joking with me, like I was like with them from a long time. So yeah, it was easy, and yeah, that's the best way I think to start to make your first team debut.
Jan, congratulations. I've said it before, looking forward to seeing more from you next season. Please put your hands together for the young player of the season, Jan Valery.
Thank you.
Okay, our next award is our final award of the evening. It is our Fans Player of the Season, sponsored by Virgin Media. To present this award, please welcome a man that everyone was speaking very positively about tonight. It's the gaffer, Ralph Hasenhüttl, and Chris Collinston from Virgin Media.
Ralph, first of all, when I told my friends I was doing this tonight as a fan and being incredibly privileged to be standing, they said, please can you just hug Ralph for everything he's done for this team. The Southampton way is back, we're back cheering again. I said, don't panic. I'm not going to hug you, but thank you so much. You know, you've brought back the Southampton way. You can see from the fans' reaction, from the players in the room tonight, you've come in and made a real big impact. So thank you very much for that. Just a quick word. We're going to talk a little bit in a moment's time, but just the fans' player of the season. This is very important. This is what the fans vote for. You've had a great reception with those fans so far. How special are the Southampton fans?
Yeah, I think everybody knows that we had a not so easy last 4 months, 5 months, and every time when we needed them to push us, to support us, I think we had a very good relationship. I think they feel that this is a team you can identify with because they put everything on the pitch, and even if we don't win every game, you could feel that there is something special growing, I think, and that's exactly what we wanted to create from the first day onward when I was here. And like my players, when I hear my players talking here, if they speak about the good commitment in the team, that's exactly what you want to hear as a manager, because then we made maybe the right steps and we changed the right things, and that's the most important thing for me.
We'll have a chat in just a moment about the season so far and looking forward. But Chris, if I can ask you to do the honours, let's present our final award of this evening.
And the Fans Award goes to Nathan Redmond.
Fans Award. That's a pretty special one as well, right?
Yeah, I know I've not been the most easiest to watch the last couple of years, but I reiterate what I said again, you know, about sort of the boys that we've got in the dressing room that enable me to play with the confidence, and the manager and the coaching staff that are constantly feeding me with confidence to go out there and perform and actually, you know, affect games in a positive way.
Ralph, just a word on Nathan. You know that the fans have obviously seen that commitment, they've seen his passion on the pitch, and you've obviously seen that in him as well.
I think it's not long ago that it was a little bit different, I think, and the more I'm happy that this change in this direction. I think Reddy was one of the guys who was really changing a lot in his game, and he knows that he can be the special one who can make the difference, and I'm very happy that he gets now the owner from the fans, that they have a good feeling what he was investing in the last weeks and the last month. And I like it if he comes to me after the game and says that was not enough, we have to win this game against Bournemouth. And we were discussing on the pitch, and I see his passion in his eyes, and it's exactly what is necessary to make the next step. And next year we make the next step. Ready?
Nathan, going to make the next step?
Of course.
Fantastic words from the manager there to hear that. Nathan, I was going to ask you another question, but it's right, I'll let you get back to the table. No, it's right, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Redmond. Ralph, it would be remiss of us not to take this moment just to have a little bit of a chat about your time here at Southampton so far. I'm guessing you knew it was going to be a big challenge when you came into the club. Was it bigger than you expected?
No, I think at first I must take the chance to say also thank you, like the players did, for, especially at first for my staff, because I'm standing here and get all the prize, and I think they made a fantastic job this year. And thanks a lot to the guys that are sitting here and walking with me or with us this way. Thanks a lot to everybody here. Yeah.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, come on, massive round of applause for the management team. What I've loved to see is your interaction with the fans. You know, when you get those results that really mean something, the way you go and celebrate with the Northern End is really, really special. Has there been any particular highlights so far in your time here that really stick with you?
I think there were a lot of highlights, but I wouldn't be a manager if I wouldn't criticize something, and that's a good chance to do it. In the last game, when we were celebrating at home, I think the stadium was too early, too empty, and that's what I don't like.
Okay.
So please, in the future, stay with us. You will enjoy it.
Good words. There you go. You've heard it at home. Stay with the gaffer. A couple of times tonight we've heard the words of a reaction, that you had words of players. You spoke with James Ward-Prowse and he gave you that reaction. We've heard the same with Nathan as well. Are you pleased the way that your players have reacted to what you've been trying to implement?
Not always, but mostly. I think we are very critical, and we try to give them all the inputs they have to have if there's a situation in the training session, and we have it on video, and it's not a good one for the guy. We show him, and I think we don't want to put him a stamp on it, but we want to show him that we see that we are looking on it, and I think that helps them to improve more and to give more on the pitch. And I think finally. They have more success. Finally, they can enjoy better emotional moments, and that's what we are working for. And I think there's nothing more than winning a game together, winning a Premier League game together with our fans in the team. It's a fantastic sport. It's a team sport, and if you can be part of this, there's something you cannot buy with money. That you have to earn because of your hard work, and that is exactly what we do every day, and that is why this job makes so much fun, and I enjoy it so much, and I think every player enjoys it also.
Of course, this season isn't over yet. Something very exciting happening tomorrow night with the opening training session. That's something that you put on the plate and you wanted to do. It's going to be a great opportunity for the fans to kind of see you at work and see what you do.
The first idea comes from Danny. Yeah? That's, I think it's a good idea to make this. So I was only following this idea because I think we get used to have more public sessions in Germany, and it's something where you get a little bit more in contact with the fans, and I think it's a good chance to say thank you. It's a good chance to invite them to us, give a few autographs, make a few selfies, show them that we want to say thank you for supporting us this year. And also, to feel that we are a big family in this club. And I think this is exactly what we should be next year, because it's not the easy year that is waiting for us, that's for sure. a huge thank you, Matt, for the what did you say? First 11 or first 10 we have to have, Matt? Yeah. So thank you for the pressure. Top 10, yes. Okay. So it's not easy, but I'm sure that we do everything to perform better than this year.
Well, we're very much looking forward to it. I'm guessing you're looking forward to pre-season as well, a real chance to work with your players, and we might see a few new faces?
Yes. I think so, yeah.
Ralph, thank you very much. Before I let you go, we're going to do a little quick presentation, but a round of applause for the manager. Now, I mentioned tonight's like this don't just happen. It takes a team of people to put it on, but there's been a lady who's been pivotal in making tonight happen. Apparently, she's going to kill us for doing this. Tracy, up you come. Massive round of applause for Tracy Tizard, who's done an amazing job to get tonight done, put together. Her and her team have done an amazing job. Rachel, how have I got that wrong? It was going so well. Rachel Tizard, everyone. We've got these for you. Rachel, thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming tonight. It's been a pleasure to have your company here. It's been an amazing season, second half, and we're looking forward to an incredibly enjoyable season next season. Massive thank you to Ralph, the management team, and all the players. Please give them a massive round of applause. And a massive thank you, of course, once again to all of our sponsors. We really do appreciate your support, not only here tonight, but throughout the course of the season. Thanks very much to all of you watching at home as well. We look forward to seeing many of you on Sunday for our final game of the season. You can now go and have pictures, photographs, autographs for all the players. Thank you very much. Good night, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Well, what a truly fantastic night here at St Mary's Stadium. I cannot believe it's nearly the end of another Premier League season. Huge thank you to everybody who's been tuning in from across the globe today. I think we've got a bit more time to go through a few social comments and a quick recap on all of our winners this evening. Of course, Nathan Redmond picked up 2 awards, Players Player of the Season and Fans Player of the Season. Jan Valerie also picking up 2 awards, First Team Young Player of the Year and Goal of the Season. Academy Young Player of the Year, Will Ferry, also walking away with that award. Girls Regional Talent Club Player of the Year, Caitlin Smith. Women's Player of the Year, Shannon Sivright, and President's Choice Award, James Ward-Prowse. All very deserving winners, and fantastic to see them all recognised here at St Mary's this evening.
Yeah, indeed, very worthy winners, and the fans have been letting us know on the socials as well, using that hashtag SFC Awards 2019. Brooke Buncombe went with the manager first. She said the passion Ralph shows towards his team is something else, which is evident. We've just seen it there. Sue Painter also says she loves Ralph. Charlie Gibson says much deserved President's Choice Award going to James Ward-Prowse. Lots of congratulations to Jan Valerie on his goal of the season. Jeff Shears and Dominica King both congratulating Jan. Annie Hex, said go Shane, because he got special recognition for that amazing goal, the fastest goal in Premier League history. And also Nathan Redmond has the last 3 comments on here. A lot of love for Nathan, who picked up the Players Player of the Season and the Fans Player of the Season award. So Jack on YouTube, Martine Mollicone and Jade Marie Head all saying congratulations to Nathan there.
There you go. Thank you very much to everybody who has got in touch this evening. It really has been a wonderful night here in Southampton. Big thank you to everybody for tuning in. But that is it from us here at St Mary's Stadium. It really has been a wonderful night. It's hard to believe that another Premier League season is almost coming to a close, but there is still, of course, one more game to go. We will be here at St Mary's on Sunday to take on Huddersfield. We do hope to see as many of you as possible here at the stadium at the weekend. But for now, that's it from us. Thank you very much for everybody who's tuned in, and we'll see you very soon.